We're not going to sell you the postcard fantasy of a sun-drenched retirement on the Carolina coast, because for the 65-year-old man, the dream often comes packaged with a set of brutal, unspoken realities that can shatter your budget and isolate you from the people you love. You spent a lifetime working toward this moment, yet no one warned you that the wind and flood insurance on that perfect Myrtle Beach condo could instantly devour your Social Security check. Or that leaving your corporate health plan for Medicare would land you in a confusing, costly gap that you never budgeted for. This isn't just about money. The harshest truth is the psychological toll of fighting the coastal humidity that decays your new home, the frustrating daily battle with tourist traffic, and the sheer loneliness of being hundreds of miles from the grandchildren you moved to the beach to enjoy. We're pulling back the curtain on the 10 genuine traps, from the HOA fee nightmares to the healthcare accessibility illusion that turn paradise into a high-stress construction zone, so you can walk into your coastal retirement prepared, protected, and financially waterproof. Number 1. The coastal insurance shock. You envision the soft sand and the gentle ocean breeze, yet the true financial gale waiting for the 65-year-old coastal homebuyer, particularly in high-demand areas like Myrtle Beach or surrounding coastal South Carolina, is the non-negotiable and often devastating cost of property insurance. Many northern retirees accustomed to standard, affordable homeowner policies are completely blindsided by the triple whammy of separate wind and hail coverage, mandated flood insurance based on FEMA maps, and the general inflationary creep of standard hazard insurance driven by global climate risk, which combined can easily double or triple your original projected housing expenses. A beautiful home purchase for $400,000 might sit in a preferred but still risky flood zone, demanding premiums that erase any perceived monthly savings from lower state income taxes or a modest Social Security check, turning the coastal dream into a monthly budget nightmare that requires constant vigilance and difficult financial trade-offs. This isn't just about money. The emotional toll of watching your carefully constructed retirement budget instantly unravel, or facing the agonizing choice between buying a dream ocean view condo versus a safer, cheaper inland property, creates stress and regret that fundamentally alters the anticipated serenity of retirement. The harsh reality is that the location you choose directly dictates your financial freedom for the next 20 years. And the insurance industry has already priced in the risk that you, as a fixed-income senior, might not be able to weather. Number 2. The Medicare transition trap. The shift from a robust, familiar, and often heavily subsidized corporate health plan to Medicare at age 65 presents a staggering administrative and financial burden that many men underestimate when they decide to relocate their retirement location. For decades, you simply paid a premium and utilized a network. But now, you must become an expert in deciphering the alphabet soup of parts A, B, C, and D. And the most brutal reality is realizing that Medicare, by itself, is not comprehensive coverage, leaving you exposed to significant deductibles, co-pays, and the need for expensive gap policies. We see clients drain their initial savings trying to afford the right supplement, either a Medigap plan, which reduces out-of-pocket costs but is costly, or a Medicare Advantage plan, which can be cheaper but often carries severe local network restrictions that clash with a new coastal location like Myrtle Beach, where networks may be congested or unfamiliar. The critical mistake is missing the initial enrollment window, which leads to permanent late enrollment penalties, forever increasing your Part B premium, severely eroding your Social Security income, and placing immense stress on what was supposed to be your financial peace of mind. This entire process, combined with the stress of settling into a new home, transforms what should be a simple transition into an exasperating, high-stakes financial negotiation that can make or break your retirement budget. Number 3. The Social Reentry Challenge. One of the most emotionally jarring and unexpected harsh realities for a 65-year-old man relocating to a busy coastal hub like Myrtle Beach is the profound social vacuum that opens up after leaving a lifetime of established relationships back home, a feeling compounded by the often transient nature of retirement communities. You arrive expecting instant camaraderie, only to find that while neighbors are friendly, deep connections take years to forge. And the structured social activities often feel forced or geared towards large groups rather than genuine one-on-one relationships, leaving many retirees feeling isolated and subtly lonely, despite being constantly surrounded by people. The challenge is magnified by the fact that many retirement communities near the beach are filled with part-time residents, or those who spend summers elsewhere, meaning the social landscape is constantly shifting, making it difficult to establish the consistent routines and trusted friendships that were the foundation of your previous life. This psychological pressure often leads to a quiet resignation, where men revert to solitary hobbies, and the lack of a familiar support structure becomes acutely apparent when health issues or unexpected crises arise, turning the supposed reward of freedom into an emotional burden that requires intentional, consistent, and sometimes uncomfortable effort to overcome. Number 4. The local contractor and trust crisis. Moving to a high-turnover real estate market like the South Carolina coast exposes the 65-year-old newcomer to an immediate crisis of trust, making the simple act of finding an honest plumber or a competent financial advisor unexpectedly difficult and stressful, a harsh reality compounded by a retiree's greater reliance on these local professionals. In areas like Myrtle Beach, rapid development and the influx of seasonal money attract fly-by-night contractors and service providers who view new retirees as short-term clients ripe for price gouging or subpar work, often leaving older homeowners vulnerable to scams or costly, repeated repairs on essential systems like HVAC or roofing, which are already strained by the coastal humidity. Compounding this, establishing a relationship with a respected primary care physician or a specialist can take months, sometimes requiring extensive travel inland because the most sought-after medical professionals quickly cap their patient lists due to the sheer volume of new retirees flocking to the area, leaving many men feeling medically adrift during a critical period of their lives. This need to rebuild an entire network of trusted professionals, from legal counsel to home repair, becomes a silent, exhausting full-time job that drastically cuts into the peaceful retirement life you paid so much to secure. Number 5. The tax deception of low-tax states. Many 65-year-old men move to the Carolina coast convinced by marketing slogans that they are escaping high-tax northern states for a tax haven, a harsh reality that quickly crumbles under the weight of unforeseen local fees and property assessments that often completely offset any savings on state income tax. While South Carolina, for example, offers some excellent income tax breaks and property exemptions for seniors, the local tax burden is frequently shifted disproportionately onto property ownership, meaning the low tax rate you saw advertised quickly escalates based on the county, the municipality, and whether your primary residence status has been correctly applied and processed by the local government. Furthermore, the cost of registering vehicles, particularly RVs or newer higher value cars brought south, can be shockingly expensive. And these recurring annual fees weren't part of the simple tax equation retirees calculated when they were focusing solely on income tax rates. This financial deception leads to intense frustration as retirees realize their fixed income is still being aggressively chipped away by costs they failed to anticipate, proving that low-tax state often simply translates into different, often less predictable taxes that require constant attention and savvy local knowledge to manage. Number 6. The HOA fee inflation nightmare. The promise of low-maintenance, worry-free living offered by condos and gated communities near the Myrtle Beach coast often hides the chilling financial reality of homeowners association fees, or HOA fees, which, while appearing manageable initially, possess a capacity for rapid and mandatory inflation that devastates the fixed income of the 65-year-old retiree. While the convenience of not mowing the lawn or painting the exterior is appealing, you're essentially outsourcing essential maintenance, and the HOA board must continuously approve massive special assessments or rapid fee hikes to cover unexpected structural repairs, rising coastal insurance premiums for the entire community, or the chronically underfunded reserves for major components like elevators or swimming pools. A sudden $500 per month fee increase or a one-time special assessment of $10,000 for roof replacement can completely derail a meticulously planned retirement budget, forcing you to use emergency savings intended for medical needs or simply eroding the very financial stability you moved south to protect. This means the low monthly price tag of the condo is merely a suggestion, and the lack of control over mandatory expenses becomes a source of extreme financial stress, where your perceived freedom is actually managed by a board whose priorities and risk tolerance may not align with your fixed income reality. Number 7. The humid home maintenance drain. The appealing warmth and constant sea breeze of the Carolina coast, which drew the 65-year-old retiree to places like Myrtle Beach, also bring a relentless and often hidden maintenance burden that causes property deterioration at a startling rate, quietly draining both time and money. The persistent high humidity creates a perfect breeding ground for mold and mildew within attics and crawl spaces, while the salt air aggressively corrodes outdoor metal fixtures, roofing components, and even the mechanical internals of high-efficiency HVAC systems, necessitating significantly more frequent inspections, repairs, and premature replacements than you would ever encounter inland. Many new coastal homeowners, unfamiliar with this perpetual battle, fail to invest in proper dehumidification systems or specialized coastal-grade materials, leading to catastrophic structural issues or the rapid breakdown of exterior finishes, turning the dream home into a constant project that absorbs energy that the 65-year-old man no longer has in abundance. This ongoing, non-stop fight against the elements proves that low-maintenance living is often a myth near the ocean, requiring a substantial portion of your retirement funds and mental focus to simply keep your property in livable condition. Number 8. The traffic and tour bus reality. The tranquility and low-key vibe advertised in brochures for coastal retirement spots often evaporate the moment the 65-year-old resident steps onto the roads during peak season, confronting the intense, soul-crushing reality of tourism congestion that paralyzes areas like Myrtle Beach, a harsh truth that few movers fully internalize until they live through it. That quick, easy drive to the grocery store or the doctor's office suddenly becomes a 45-minute ordeal behind a string of tour buses, distracted vacationers, and seasonal rental traffic, completely undermining the convenience that was a primary factor in choosing the location. This seasonal gridlock doesn't just waste time, it creates genuine stress and frustration, especially when combined with the inevitable need for frequent errands or medical appointments, transforming simple daily tasks into major expeditions that sap the energy of an older man. Furthermore, the local infrastructure is often strained to the breaking point, built for off-season quietude, but overwhelmed by the summer surge, meaning essential repairs and road construction are constantly happening, cementing the feeling that you are living in a beautiful location that is fundamentally designed for tourists, not for year-round residents seeking peaceful and predictable daily routines. Number 9. The healthcare accessibility illusion. The proximity of a large hospital near your new coastal home often creates a false sense of medical security for the 65-year-old retiree, masking the harsh reality that truly specialized in complex medical care, particularly for critical or chronic conditions, is actually concentrated in major inland metropolitan centers, demanding long, exhausting drives. While routine care is available in Myrtle Beach, The best cardiologists, oncologists, or neurological specialists are often 2 or 3 hours away in cities like Charleston or even further, creating a significant logistical burden for a man who is increasingly reliant on scheduled appointments and who may no longer enjoy long hours behind the wheel. The sheer volume of incoming retirees means that even finding an in-network primary care doctor or securing an appointment with a local specialist can involve a 6-month waiting list, forcing new residents to triage their healthcare needs or settle for lesser-known providers simply for the sake of accessibility. This reality means the peace of mind associated with retirement is often replaced by the stress of travel logistics and appointment scarcity, making the seemingly accessible coastal life feel surprisingly isolated when genuine medical crisis strikes. Number 10. The emotional uprooting cost. The pursuit of the coastal dream often requires the 65-year-old man to commit an act of emotional uprooting, a harsh reality whose psychological cost is consistently underestimated as retirees focus solely on the financial and logistical aspects of the move to places like Myrtle Beach, only to be struck by profound regret later. While the excitement of new beaches and activities provides a temporary high, the deep, constant ache of separation from grown children, and especially the rapidly growing grandchildren, creates a lingering sense of loss that no amount of sunshine can truly alleviate. A pain that is particularly acute when major family milestones occur without your immediate presence. Leaving behind lifelong friends means sacrificing the effortless history, shared memories, and instant social support network built over decades, replacing it with the necessity of starting over with strangers who lack the context of your entire life story, making genuine connection feel frustratingly shallow. This emotional toll manifests as quiet loneliness and second-guessing the decision, demonstrating that the geographical distance created by the coastal relocation is far easier to calculate than the true, lasting weight of the emotional distance from the people who truly define your life and support system. We've peeled back the harsh realities today, from the crushing weight of coastal insurance and the confusion of the Medicare transition at 65 to the constant battle against humidity and the profound personal cost of leaving behind your established social world, detailing issues that too many men only discover after they've moved to places like Myrtle Beach. But understanding these 10 brutal truths is not meant to discourage your retirement dream. Rather, it's the essential preparation required to ensure your coastal relocation doesn't become a costly, regrettable mistake. Because a successful move hinges not on avoiding problems, but on anticipating and budgeting for them, treating this transition like the complex financial and logistical project it truly is. The key takeaway is simple. Never buy real estate sight unseen. Always get multiple local insurance quotes before making an offer, and dedicate serious time to finding your social tribe immediately upon arrival, because knowledge is your greatest asset against the harsh realities of retiring on the coast. If you're serious about making the Carolinas work, hit the like button and subscribe right now.